Hey, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this slow-mo water splash animation in Blender 4.0 on a Macbook Pro M1 chip and 16 RAM. So it's finally time for an upgrade on my MacBook so I can make better videos for you. So this is my request for you guys to help me save for a new one, and it's completely free for you. Just watch the whole video, like my videos, and that's it. So in this video, I'm going to use my all-time soda can. You can now download my 3D soda can model for free. Link in the description. So first start with set up the blend file. So press A to select all, then press X to delete it. So if you are using my free 3D model soda can, I'll show you how to import that model. Go to the file and click on Append. Then find your downloaded file and click on that. Click on the object. Select the middle soda can and click on Append. Press Option+G to center the object on the 3D cursor. Now let's set up the effector for our fluid simulation. Press 1 on your numpad to get to the front view. This is how you enable the numpad for laptops. Go to Edit, then click on Preferences. Go to Input and then check Emulate Numpad. So press Shift+A to add a cylinder. Press Z to change shading mode and select wireframe. Then press the Tab button to go to Edit mode. So this is the Tab button just right over the caps lock. Then press S to scale it up a little bit. And select the top circle. Then press E to extrude it and move it up. Then press E+S to extrude and scale. So like you guess, we're going to make a mesh that is traced by our main mesh. So I'm going to speed up this process, but continue to make the mesh. Then press A to select all the vertex. Then press Option+S to scale to the normals. Then press the Tab button to go back to the object mode and unfold the viewport display. And change the display as to wire, so the mesh is kind of invisible in the viewport as we working. Then press F2 to rename it to Effector. And for Mac users like me, press Fn and then F2. So let's set up the domain and the flow. So press Shift+A to add a cube. Then press G+Y+7 to move it by 7 on the Y-axis. I'll press 3 on the numpad to show you. Then press G+Z+1.5 to move it on the Z-axis and rename it to Flow. And press Shift+A to add a cube. Then press N to show the sidebar this thing over here. And change the X scale to 8. And then change the Y scale to 10. And last, change the Z scale to 8 as well. And then rename it to Domain. Unfold the viewport display and change the display as to Wire. And if you right-click over the wire, you can now make a shortcut for it. So my shortcut for that is the letter J. And now, select the flow, effector, and domain. Then press M to make a collection and rename it to Fluids. Press 1 on your numpad to get to the front view. So let's set up the fluid settings. Select the domain. Go to Physics, click on Fluid, and change the type to Domain, and change the domain type to Liquid, and then make it Wire. Select the flow, click on Fluid, and change the type to Flow. Then change the flow type to Liquid, then change the sampling substeps to 10, and check the initial velocity, and change the Y to -12. Select the effector, click on Fluid, change the type to Effector, then change the surface thickness to 0.2. Select the effector, and then the soda can. Then press Ctrl+P to parent the effector to the soda can. And to see if you did it right, select the soda can, and then press G to move it around. And if the effector follow around, you did it the right way. So let's move to the next part. So let's change the soda can's rotation. So change the X rotation to -18. Then change the Y rotation to -4.87. And last, change the Z rotation to -25.2. Select the domain and uncheck the border collisions. Scroll down to Cache and change the N to 90. Change the type to modular so you can bake each thing separate and if Blender crash or you want to cancel your baking. And don't forget to check the resumable. And unfold the field weight and change the gravity to 0 and go to Scene Settings and uncheck the gravity. Go back to the physics, then change the end frame to 90. So for this tutorial, we are doing 128 in resolution. And if you want a better result, make that number higher. That depends also on what type of computer you have. But the more resolution you put in, the more time the baking will take. But also your fluid will look better. So for you who are wondering about my result video, the resolution is 256. And now, click on the bake button and wait for the baking to bake. So I'm going to speed up this, and for you, how wonder the baking process took me 45 seconds. Let's play the animation by hitting the space bar, and this is what we have now. I think this looks good. So like you see, the fluid is kind of low, so don't worry. We're going to fix that now, and click on free data to restart the baking. So press Shift+A to add a force field, and change the X location to 4, and change the Y location to -8, and last, change the Z location to 6. And this, how the locations looks like. So let's animate the force field. So go to frame 1 and change the strength to 0. Then press I to make a keyframe. This orange thing is a keyframe. Then go to frame 10. Then press I to make another keyframe. Then go to frame 15 and change the strength to -2. Then press I to make keyframe. Select the frame 15. Press Shift+D to duplicate and move it to frame 45. Then go to frame 46. Change the strength to -0.2. Press I to make a keyframe. Go to frame 70. Press I over the numbers and make a keyframe. Then last, go to frame 71. Change the strength to -9. And press I to make a keyframe. Select the domain. And now, click on the bake button and wait for the baking to bake. So I'm going to speed up this. And for you, how wonder the baking process took me 1 minute and 24 seconds. Let's play the animation by hitting the space bar, and this is what we have now. I think this looks good, and like you see, the fluid flows in the same time scale. So now let's animate the domain's time scale, and click on free data to restart the baking. So here on the time scale is where you change to slow motion. So 1 is normal speed, and under 0.5 is slow motion. So go to frame 1. And press I over the number 1 to make a keyframe. Then go to frame 35 and press I to make a keyframe. Then go to frame 36. Then change the time scale to 0.2 and press I to make a keyframe. Then go to frame 70 and press I to make a keyframe. Go to frame 71 and change the time scale back to 1 again. Then press I to make a keyframe. And this is what our keyframes are. So click on the bake button. And for you who wonder, the baking time is 1 minute and 21 seconds. Let's play the animation by hitting the space bar, and this is what we have now. I think this looks good. And now let's fix it. So the domain is actually a mesh. So scroll down to the mesh section. Unfold the mesh and then check it. And then change the upres factor to 3. And then change the particle radius to 1.6, then hit the Bake Mesh button, and wait for the baking to bake. And for you who wondering, the baking time took me 2 minutes and 32 seconds. And now change the display as to solid. Let's play the animation by hitting the space bar, and this is what we have now. I think this looks good. And like you see, the mesh is not smooth at all. So go to the modifiers and add a smooth modifier and change the repeat to 4. Then right-click and click on Shade Smooth. And this is what we have now. I think this looks very good. Then select the effector and click here so it's not showing in the rendered video. And do that for that flow as well. Now let's make a scene. So press Shift+A to add a camera. Go to the camera settings. Change the focal length to 125 millimeters. Press 0 on your numpad to go to camera view. And unfold the viewport display. And change the passepartout to 1 so it's black around. Then press Shift+A to add an empty plane axis. Then change the Y location to -1. Then rename it to camera focus. Select the camera. Then change the Y location to -50. And check the depth of field. And change the focus object to the camera focus, and then change the f-stop to 0.2. So now let's make a water material. Open a new window. By holding your mouse over here until this symbol shows up, then drag the new window that way you will until the new window show up. Then click here and change the editor type to shader editor. So this is going to be easy, so go to the render settings. Then change the render engine from EV to cycles. And if you have a GPU device, go and change to that. And change the noise threshold to 0.1 so you can render faster. Also change the max samples on the render to 300. Now let's set up the HDRI. So go to World. Click on this yellow dot and select the environment texture. Choose your HDRI image. In the description, I linked the HDRI I used, so download that. So click on New and rename it to Water Material. Then select the principled BSDF and press X to delete it. Then press Shift+A to add a glass shader. Then plug the BSDF into the surface. And last, change the IOR to 1.333, and that's it. And now you have a water material. And here is my results. Thank you for watching, and I hope you like my tutorial. And if you do a video of this animation, go and publish that on Instagram and tag me, malin.mpeg4. Comment down below what I can make in the next video and with the editing and all that thing. And feel free to subscribe for more tutorials and videos.